Thanks for checking out The Pastor's Architect. I'm Steve Siebert, the founder and the principal architect. The background of a church under construction is appropriate for what I want to say. The reason you hired an architect or you're looking for an architect is because you need a facility. And it's very important that you get to the finish line and complete that hard vertical construction to complete the toll. That's the purpose of construction. The toll for ministry that connects with and influences your community. The toll to meet the gathering needs of the community that God is building around your ministry. And so I want to share just a quick story about my coming to South Florida in 2002 and what we discovered. I joined a large national church design build company, Kogan Inc., and one of the ways I thought I could connect with churches would be to walk in and meet them. So in my first year, I purposed to walk into 4 to 5 churches a week. And in visiting that 2 to 250 churches, I discovered 50 sets of drawings that had never been built. Pastor after pastor would pull a set of drawings out of a shelf or out of a closet or cabinet, blow off the dust and open it up and share with me, either with pride that this is what we're going to do, and sometimes that pride was a 2,000-seat auditorium, yet their current congregation was 300, and with great joy they would share that this is the vision God gave them, and He's going to provide for them, and they're going to build this on their property. Other times it was with tears that this is what we had an opportunity to do, and we're afraid we're not going to ever do it. One story was a church that had hired a nationally famous architect, and they spent $1 million, literally $1 million on their set of drawings, only to discover it was more than they could afford and something they couldn't do. Interesting, in the late 90s, George Barna of the Barna Institute then and the Barna Group today, a company that specializes in church statistics, published a number that said 7 out of 10 churches that hire an architect never build the building. While that's great for architects, they collect fees for their knowledge and for their time and for their professionalism, but that's not how we look at it here at the Pastor's Architect. We are just a step in the process, a very early step in the process to get to the completed building, to get you the tool that you need to take your ministry to the next level. And so it's of utmost importance to us that we help you achieve that. And we've developed a tool of budgeting that counts the cost. Take your total budget, for example. Unfortunately, many of you will give that to your architect who will design a building using up every dollar and then some. But if you take that total budget and realize that out of it comes fees for site development, the cost of parking lots and lighting and landscaping and stormwater management and bringing utilities to your structure, which add up very quickly. And you take out of it the cost of you operating the building. When you walk into an empty building, you still need audio-visual equipment. You need security systems. You need telephones. You need computers and IT systems and desks and chairs in your auditorium and kids ministry things. You need toys and chairs and things there that all add up to a large sum of money as well. And don't forget the municipality and their share. They take money for reviewing your drawings, for issuing permits. They also take impact fees in South Florida, and that's where a bucket of funds comes right off the top. And a little bit goes to the police department, the fire department, for beautification in the town, for libraries, for community facilities, because all developments pay a share of the public use of the community that they're in. These quickly take away from your total budget, leaving you a much smaller number for the vertical building cost. It's very important that we accurately calculate all of these buckets so that we know the right amount for the building. And as an architect, we're not just guessing what it's going to cost. We do many church projects each year, and so we have very accurate calculations on what church construction costs and can develop a building budget that's more like within 3 to 5% instead of 15 to 20% from an architect that hasn't done a church in the last 10 years. All of this is simply said to realize that construction and a tool for ministry is why you're engaging the pastor's architect. We have resources here that if you have your own architect, will help him and guide him. Feel free to download them or feel free to contact us as a consultant to help you in your process. And if it makes sense, and if you're in an area that we provide service, Pastor's Architect could partner with you and help you for a season to complete that ministry tool. Thanks for checking us out.